Unfortunately, I don't have a big intro like you do, so we just go live.
Oh, you don't. Oh, you don't have an intro.
No, I'm making one. I got a countdown coming in.
This is the den, man. You have to do all those dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Well, I was thinking of
You know.
maybe just having a picture of a wolf with a countdown underneath and howls in
Mm.
the back going down 10, 9, 8. But yeah, ideas for this future. Big up, everybody. Welcome to Wolf Den episode 9. Today, I have a very, very special guest and a very, very good friend of mine. It's rare that you get to mix business with pleasure so much. Big up, Tony Claude TV in the building. How are you, sir?
Hey, big up to everyone. See you guys. Yeah, I'm in the den. I'm
He
in the
is.
den. But you know what? Yeah, what makes me on this show, what makes it very special for me today is because Wolfie has been, one of this perfect gentlemen that I've actually had the honor of actually meeting
Thank
and
you.
working with. So this makes it a very special one for me because you know
Likewise.
um I've worked with a broad corpus of podcasters and YouTubers, but this guy has always been a big inspiration to me, and one of those guys that I could actually discuss with, have a genuine discussion with. Could be about football, could be about personal things happening in the space. So Wolfie, man, big ups to you. And again,
No,
you have to say, um, I knew you when you like. I knew you when you kind of like went into like when you went big dash into the whole YouTube thing for football. I know you've had your channel for a long time, previously, but again, at least I knew when you started to put one or two things together. And man, see where you are right now, man. And again, I also do think that you two should also take credit for what you've done. You give so many people credit for what they've done for you, that sometimes I do think that you too have to honor yourself and give yourself the credit. You are the one that do this, this content and create this content, you know, after work, when you're at work, you're always in people's charts trying to help galvanize these people. I'm sorry, I have to spend this time to actually, because since we're in a personal space down here, I have to say these things to you because not everyone will have that. Not everyone will say these things to you, but I have to say it to you because you deserve to hear it. Yeah. Most of the time, you're out there support other people, helping other people in other people's charts, helping them out.
I try.
And,
I try.
and people don't really understand what it means to see other content creators to just not really like maybe they know more than you, or something like that, but you just come around there and show some support and help out. It really matters a lot, man. So I really have to give that to you, man. I really have to give that to you. Thanks again. And it's always a pleasure having footballing discussions with you, man.
Well,
I love it here down here, man.
well,
Big
I
ups to
can't.
you.
Thank you very much. I can't sum it up as elegantly as Tony just did then, because that's the teacher in him. But one thing I will say is, out of all the people I've met on YouTube, realest guy I've ever met, was very kind to me when I was injured at early, like back end of last year.
Yeah.
And to be honest, when it came down to YouTube, gave me a break. You know what I mean? And he
Yeah.
actually said to me, Simon, come and watch along, let's do this. And thanks to this guy, I've met some lovely people. Big up Chelsea OG Naz. Big him up.
Oh, Chelsea OG. That's another brother, man.
Nazi, that's
Big
another
ups to
another
him.
guy. And I met him through
Absolute
Tony.
gentleman.
So, and I'll tell you what, I love that guy too. So, like, you know what I mean? It's someone that's just, he's given me more than just time on YouTube. Let me put it that way. Big up the DJ Crane in the house. Pow. Oh, no.
DJ Crane, po
It,
po po.
in this case, it's
Ow!
no. This case is Yahoo.
Yeah.
And obviously, my missus in the chat. Big up,
Oh
babe.
my God.
Work's going all
Mm,
right, babe. All right, Tony,
mm.
sir, you are the guest today, so let's get down to it. Me and you have been like talking a lot about football and all that kind of thing. But where does your footballing roots start? Tell me, like, where did you first watch Arsenal, and what was the first game that caught your eye with a young Mister TV about 4 years
Yeah,
old?
yeah. If I want to be very very truthful to you, yeah, I actually grew up watching lots of. There used to be a kind of like a footballing show they used to call Football Made in Germany at the time. At the time, I used to watch German football at the start. When I was quite younger, my dad always loved German football, so he would always tune into that program. And again, there was this airy feeling about German football. They weren't really speaking English, but you could just hear the commentator who was actually using English in Germany, just talk about the teams playing, and the team that was quite dominant when I was growing up was Borussia Dortmund at the
Dortmund,
time.
yeah.
They were looking so good, they were playing well, good football. You know, I just loved it at the time, and
Good club too.
yeah, Borussia Dortmund. Then it's just really quite cool. But again, my dad, was is a lifelong Arsenal fan. But he's just this kind of man, yeah, that wasn't really totally invested in football. He watched it per se, but it's not like he would spend his whole time like trying to go to games or whatever. But when Arsenal was playing, he would tune in and just kind of like tell me that, hey, uh look at the scores, Arsenal is winning. He loved Arsenal, he loved Borussia Dortmund also, at the same time. So growing up with Borussia Dortmund, Arsenal, listening to the news, and you say, yeah, Arsenal won a game, Arsenal won a game. it, I didn't really understand because I was quite young then. I was quite younger then. I didn't quite really understand what he was really saying and buzzing about until one day, and this was during the 90s. We used to have uh, a TV set, yeah, called JVC. Do you know where I'm going to with this?
Yep,
Okay. Yeah.
I do.
So we used to have a TV set. JVC used to be, those kind of electronics. It was quite popular back in the day, and funny enough, there were the sponsors
Sponsors of Arsenal's kit at the time.
of Arsenal Football
Alan
Club.
Smith, yeah,
So
Alan
when
Smith
I
and all them lot.
actually did watch, some reviews about Arsenal Football Club and watch us play in the
Oh,
retro, in the
geez.
retro, yeah, you just need JVC. And I was
My
like,
TV
wait,
and my team, man. Come on.
exactly, man. I was always telling my dad, see, JVC, JVC. And I was like, yeah, go Arsenal and stuff like that. So from there, Arsenal became, a household name for me. Mm, when he was transferred to London, we did go to games down there, as a kid. Because I did tell him to, take me there because I want to see the team that wears our TV brand and
I'm
stuff
about to
like
say,
that.
yeah.
So,
You want to see the
yeah,
players'
yeah,
got
yeah,
channels they can
exactly. So
change and all that
he'll
kind of
just
thing.
take me down there, yeah. So it's just pretty cool,
What was
It's
the
just
first
pretty
Arsenal game can you remember? Not one you've watched in person, obviously, but like the first general Arsenal game you can watch. Like you,
yeah. But again, if I want to say it to you right now, I will be lying, and I don't want to lie.
all
Actually,
right,
I
don't
couldn't
lie to me.
remember any of all those games when I was younger. All I
All right,
just knew was that we were at Ivory, we're watching games, but I never really, because this was when I was quite small, so I couldn't really kind of like articulate, what I was, the players I was watching at the end of the day. I just knew we played good football. I just knew that the pitch was kind of like a little bit more smaller and more intricate. Of course, if you did go to Highbury, you would know that the stadium was a bit smaller, looked like a matchbox.
Yeah, but that's the good thing about
Just,
Highbury, though. It was close to the
yeah,
ground. The pitch was close to the stands. Like, it was really
mm,
compact. Made it pretty,
exactly.
really. Made it
Made
pretty.
it pretty. Made it pretty.
So hang on. So
And
can you remember the first game you went to with your dad? Then is that something that you can remember?
yeah. I think it was a game against Liverpool, actually. Yeah, it was a game against Liverpool at home. It
Mm.
was a game against Liverpool at home. I think Arsenal drew that match up, but that was during the early 90s, man. That's early 90s, but it was a game against Liverpool.
Do you?
And
Well,
I knew we drew that game
are you
at
old
the
enough
time.
to remember '89? Was you? Did you have any
Yeah, yeah,
recollection?
yeah, of course, but it's not something I would say. Like, of course, I've rewatched those games again as an older guy. But if you're asking me from, when I was quite younger, did I really pay much attention to it at the time? The answer is no. But as an
Oh.
older guy, yeah, I did. Check up those matches at the time.
Mm.
Then it was just for pure joy. I just wanted to see this team that was branding out, my TV set at home, and our TV was something that was very, very close to our hearts because, at the time, my dad, my mom, everyone would just at night would just come around and just sit around the TV and, just start watching movies or good stuff coming up from the set. So it was really integrated into the fulcrum of my family. So seeing Arsenal wearing that JVC shirt and 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 um, our TV set, it was just a match made in heaven at the time.
Oh. Well, can I ask you
Yeah.
a question? In that case, then, when did you find, or did you feel like yourself that your enthusiasm for football and your need to know more about it and go look back on these certain matches? When did that really kick in? Then, when did Tony the fan really birth?
Yeah, man. It was during we had to move back to Africa because my dad had a government job that actually took us to. He had to move all the time. That's precisely what I would just say. We had to move all the time. He used to do consular. He used to work in the Nigerian consulate. So most of the
Oh
time,
wow,
they were always moving them. It's nothing big. It's just like maybe someone who might stamp your visa or something like that. So it's nothing like big or something.
bigger than me,
It was
mate.
working for the embassy at the time. So I was always moving as a kid, to different countries because it was on foreign service. So we did move back to Nigeria at the time because they sent him back to Nigeria, and in Nigeria, the Premiership was a big thing at the time. So that was when my mind, and this was during mid 90s, like that kind of like 90, 96, 97. This was when the whole Premiership fever was already taking over in Africa at the time, and precisely in Nigeria, it was really, really buzzing down there. People wanted to watch a certain guy called Kanu Nwankwo. It was Nigerian also,
Mm.
and he's club legend also. So he was very close to our hearts, and he's actually from my tribe in Nigeria. So and at the time, he just made that move from Inter Milan at the time. So, and he just came to Arsenal Football Club. Legendary goals he scored against Chelsea Football Club. See, I fondly
That's
remember
true.
those ones.
Yeah,
See, Wolfie, man, it hurts. I know
yeah,
it
it does.
hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, of course, it
Yeah,
always does.
those goals hurt, but those were fun memories. Yeah, of Kanu Nwankwo doing his thing against Chelsea Football Club. Big memories, man. And of
Mhm.
course, during those times, Chelsea used to play with a brand inscribed on the shirt called Autoglass. Can you remember that
Yeah, of
that
course I
special?
remember auto glass kits were beautiful. They really were. Like
Yeah, exactly,
with
man.
the lines and,
Exactly.
and the writing there. Of course, man. No,
Mhm.
no. All that.
Legendary retro
Man.
shirt jerseys, at the time. And again, there was one person that wore that Autoglass Chelsea jersey. I always remember Viali. You
Yeah,
remember?
Gianluca. Yeah, of
So
course.
rest in peace. Yeah, when he always wore it, and again, it was a player coach at the time, if you remember.
Hmm.
See, during that time, this was the peak. This was it was really buzzing in Africa at the time. People could bet with their heads, yeah, just to just to just to make sure that their team, are ahead. Chelsea was a big part of the Premiership culture in Nigeria at the time. Manchester United, Arsenal, at the time. So, and that was during the time Arsenal and Manchester United were going back and forth, winning titles, winning FA Cups,
This,
getting things done
well,
at the time.
it's funny you mentioned the late 90s because obviously with Wenger coming in, as
Mm,
well, that also in terms of African football will help with a
yeah,
boom because obviously you're gonna get your Kanus,
yeah,
like your Abues and etc. through him.
yeah,
So I mean, I'm not being funny.
mm,
One thing I will say is when it comes down to not only French players, Wenger did have a great understanding of the African market of players as well, because
yeah,
and I'm pretty sure you probably heard this from Ola. African sports right now generally are on the rise, particularly like with things like MMA and stuff like that. The
yeah,
stuff
for
over there
sure.
is getting bigger and bigger. And I will say this: if you don't know about certain African or South African sports, please go and check them up because some of them are very nice craft. Like they're just as well crafted anywhere, really. As I said, like I would
Mm,
say, and I'm not being funny. Like it's definitely you got some lovely characters over there. Like I was lucky enough, me personally, to meet Terence Balello, who's EFC champion over there, and I was talking to him, and he's such a down to earth guy, such a community guy. He's always going down the local gym or outside park, and he's training random people, helping them like do dodging and stuff like that. So like there's a really nice vibe when it comes to African sports, and I do think sometimes it's overlooked a little bit. So yeah,
mm.
but tell me, so when did you get a chance then, as an Arsenal fan, to go back and look at all the Alan Smiths and the David Rocastles and all them? Like, when did was
Uh,
that
uh,
more when you got
but
an
again,
adult?
yeah. That was when I was,
Big up,
you
yeah.
know, growing in the thing, and I wanted to know more about the football club at the time. So I had to go check out the legends, the guys that were there and got us ticking at the time. So I had to go check them out. You see, yeah, Arsenal have a very very big culture. And again, one thing I really did like about Arsenal was the fight. Like you could see how you could just see in the team in how they played. The fight, the passion. And I'm sorry, that's what I don't see. At this time, even during Judge Graham's period as a coach for Arsenal Football Club. When I watched all these tapes and I really got to really understand how Arsenal play, the Arsenal way. uh, Like it's mind blowing the kind of professionalism they had during the time. You can't talk to the media anyhow at that time. You were really chiseled. You were really trying to be the best at the time, jostling for just jostling for spots at the time. You could see
Hmm.
it in the players. They wanted to play. They wanted to come out and play like men. Right
Cool.
now, you just see a little tackle. Someone is down on the floor, screaming and waiting for the VAR. So all these things have really disturbed and truncated football for my own liking. I did like Arsenal in the 90s, mostly when Arsene Wenger came in, and then you could see the whole tiki taka thing just taking over. And in Africa, Nigerians usually always liked the tiki taka kind of football, brand of football that Arsene Wenger brought in. During the periods of Judd Graham, it was this kind of guy that You know, you could just go in, get those 1-0s, you know, defensive discipline, jostle a bit, fight a bit, yeah, but
Hmm.
not blitzing teams in a way that's very, very convincing. But you know, we'll take those 1-0s. We'll go to tough grounds. We'll go to Anfield. You know, we did quite amazing things at the time. But again, Arsene Wenger really solidified my support for this team, mostly with his brand of football.
Hmm.
And again, he really did tap into the African market. He knew when to actually put his arm around players and give them a listening ear and help them out. And that's why I really, really did like Arsene Wenger.
Oh, no,
I
I
just felt
got
he was this guy, you know, that was very. I just saw that fatherly figure in him.
and not many people develop more players than Wenger, to be honest. I will say that. I will give credit where credit's due. Maybe in terms of general teams, like some of the teams he got picked apart at certain times. Because I'm not being,
Mm.
and I mean, you have spoken many times about how I believe you actually Arsenal in terms of a squad. You guys fed City a lot of your players, and to be honest, that helped launch them to where they are now.
To where they are now.
And
Yeah,
that's and
exactly.
that's actually a fact, because if you actually look over a period about 5 or 6 years, they actually signed about 9 Arsenal players.
It's shocking. It's
Yeah, it's
shocking. And
crazy.
again, see, yeah, even when they were taking all these players, yeah, to
No,
Arsenal, to the Arsenal faithfuls, yeah, we thought that these players were actually almost finished. Like we're thinking that Bakary Sagna was almost done. He left at his peak. Um,
Nazari.
yeah, Nadri was it was a very talented player anyway. But again, you know, he's just one of those. It's just one of those
Yeah.
transfers that you just have to take under the chin. Yeah, it
Van
was
Persie
pretty.
to United.
Mm,
20
the
mil.
elephant in the room, Robin van Persie. That's a
Oh,
different ball game. We'll talk about that later on. But that Nasri one, it hurt. That Nasri one hurt because Arsenal had lots of patience with that guy, you know. And again, even if he was a little maestro, he also came with lots of niggling injuries. Then, so Arsenal really had patience with him, helped him
they did.
throughout the whole therapy sessions, bringing him back to full fitness. And immediately he got his fitness back, he just kind of like believed that he was bigger than Arsenal, and he became greedy and went to City. It broke my heart
Yeah,
seeing Nasri leave Arsenal.
that
It broke my heart.
because one thing I
It
will
broke my
say,
heart.
Wenger did
Like
break that mold of selling players to rivals. He did, and I was just like, why would you give all these players to all these teams? It's just like what? I never understood that
it,
about
it
Wenger.
broke my
Nasri
heart.
was born in for Arsenal.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. The second one that really broke my heart was Robin van Persie. I had such a big connection to that player. Um,
It depends
my
on what you believe. In what do you believe is the reason Robin van Persie left?
No, it's simple. He wanted to win. He wanted to win titles. It's simple. He just saw that Arsenal had no ambition at the time, and he just wanted titles. And just he was justified in doing that because at the end of the day, he did win the only Premier League
Well,
title that he would have ever won in the
what?
Premiership, and he won with Manchester United. So it was justified at the end of the day. But again, so many people had such big hopes, of Van Persie. I personally, the jersey I bought with my hands, yeah. My dad bought me uh, uh, he bought me a Thierry Henry jersey
Hmm.
once. He bought me an Ian Wright jersey. That was the first jersey he bought for me. Ian Wright jersey, the JVC special. He bought that one for me. He also bought me Wiltord also.
Sylvan, I love that dude.
Yeah, exactly. Sylvan Wiltord. So he got me those two first, but the one I used my own money to buy on my own
Your
was
first one.
Robin van Persie.
Oh, your first one. Ah,
So, like to just see the guy that was inscribed at the back of my jersey just evaporate and just disappear, please. And the next day I'm hearing he's in Manchester United. He hurt. And it was, it was kind of like my hero at the time, like, yeah, I just didn't know, when he was younger, really looking good with his hair shit
Yeah,
like
his
Robin
hair,
and
yeah,
everything. Yeah,
that spiky
I was
haircut.
quite
Yeah,
young then. Yeah, exactly. I was quite young then. I had that emotional connection to
good
this
left foot
player.
though.
Like,
What a left foot? What a left foot that
exactly,
boy
man.
had, that man.
Half a left, but how many? But again, see, because of course I know this is about me, but again, how many powerful left footers have you seen in the league as lethal as Robin van Persie?
Well,
It's
well,
cause.
well. The thing is about Van Persie. It's not just the fact he had a powerful left foot, like you said. It was the quality of it because he had
Mm,
sort of Roberto Carlos level of power,
yeah,
but he had the Dutch technique as well. It was like
exactly.
shit, man. You didn't want this guy to get a free kick. If you knew that guy was gonna shoot off his left foot, you were in a world of hurt. And I'm not being
Yeah,
funny. He wasn't always fit, but when he was fit, and that guy always scored against us. I'll never forget when he got a hat trick at the bridge. That annoyed me so much. I was just that game when you beat us 5-2? Was it
yeah,
5? Yeah, it's Stamford Bridge in 2012 when
yeah.
he got a
Just
hat
five
trick.
two.
And it was just
Yeah.
like everything that guy did just rolled into the back of the net. And I'm like, damn it, I ain't seen a hat trick like that since Canu. No, when just a guy comes and he plays and he has such a good game, it's just like, damn you,
Mm,
I hate you, I hate
I
you.
hate you.
But he was good.
He was just that hero for me. And to be very sincere with you, Wolfie, yeah, it that Robin van Persie leaving Arsenal Football Club, it kind of gave me trust issues with people. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm going personal here, but
I
since
said Robin
then,
van Persie broke my heart. I got
since
trusted.
then, like I was always careful about people. Like it made me more careful about people because this guy gave us his word that he loves Arsenal. He's this, he's that, and to just see him don a Manchester United shirt, it hurt me so bad. Like I felt damaged at the time because I was so connected to Arsenal football at the time, and to just see him leave it hurt me, man. It damaged me, and you know it was just hard to take. It was a bitter pill to swallow at the time, and seeing him go and win the title with Manchester United, that was just that,
Yeah, yeah.
that was just it.
That was the kick in the
You know,
teeth, wasn't it?
and
That
him
was it.
celebrating, and he had this incredible way of celebrating goals. Yeah, like not maybe like over the top kind of celebrations, but just this cheeky kind of celebrations that you like. I wish that was my team that I just scored that goal for, and he did all that for Manchester United. It hurts. It hurt. It burnt, man. It burns me.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll give you an inkling. The same thing happened with us a bit when that season under Conte when we went to win the league and Lampard scored against us for Man City. Right, it was one of those goals you just sit there and you think, and because even Lampard when he scored that goal, not like with Van Persie, because Van Persie never celebrated when he scored against you, and he did once or twice.
Mm.
But the thing is, it was one of those ones where you sit there and it's just like, nah. Out of all the people on the pitch, why did it have to be him?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And even Lampard, when he scored that goal, looked like he was gonna cry. And it was just like,
Exactly, man.
because
Exactly.
Lampard just put his hand out, like, stay away from me. Just keep back.
Stay
All right.
away.
I don't know how I feel right now. Just fuck off.
Mm.
But
Exactly.
no, but
Shout out to Longhead Yeti. Longhead Yeti's in the chart.
I picked him up a long time
Wolfie.
ago. I
Yeah,
picked
yeah,
him up a
yeah.
long time.
Great guy, man. I
The
can't
long haired
express how
one,
much that
always.
guy means.
He put his head out
Big,
into the
big
cave
guy.
and found himself in the den.
Found himself in the den. And thank God, we weren't shackled in its cave. Yeti was preparing when the Bible, I come from a Christian family. So, we always did take Christianity, very, very seriously. When the Bible tells you that there's a place prepared for the
Big up,
evil,
CP.
yeah, in hell, yeah. Just imagine Nottingham Forest beat us yesterday. imagine the place in the cave that Yeti has
That
prepared
that'd
for
be like a
Arsenal
next door
fans.
neighbor's party,
A
brother. You hear the
special
rocking.
place. Yeti has prepared a special place, yeah, in the cave for Arsenal fans, where he would just shackle Arsenal fans from now to the end of the season and just give you the lash of the cane anytime you open your mouth to speak. So right now, I'm really buzzing that I escaped the City ground, in a ground that we last won in its entirety. We last won at the City ground 2016. That was in
Mm.
the FA Cup. So going there and getting that win yesterday, man, it's a big thing. So the next time I'll be in the cave, I'll be going there with lots of chest, knowing that I'm not going to be shackled in one of Yeti's cave, specially prepared to torture Arsenal fans.
sounds like some sort
Shout
of
out DJ
dungeon.
Crane. Shout out keeping it real, Chelsea, man. Big ups to
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys.
Because he's just called us zesty bastards, so I'm not going to big him up, but you should just shouted him out because now he's
Mm,
offended me. No, no joking.
it's
Um,
JPT. Big
but
ups
yeah,
to
big
him.
up JPT, Yeti, and of course DJ Crane, of course. Wolf, I
DJ
love.
Crane. Po, po, po.
Oh, one. I love the
Mm,
thumbnail, Wolfie. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
yeah,
Big
man.
up, big up Dale DVS for that, mate. He made it, so shout him out again for that one. So
Yeah,
right,
man.
when did your love of getting deep into it almost like a because you not only have an affection for football, you like to really read into stuff, all right, and you like to check out what's what. When did you find your side, your media side of it, started to like poke its head through? You
Oh,
be
okay.
in terms of like because don't get me wrong, the reason why I asked that is because like obviously with your media because you like statistics and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and I'm not being funny. Where does that side of you come from? Is that something like because
yeah.
I'll go back to
Yeah,
the football in a second.
yeah. See, Wolfie, I've been an OAP. I've worked as a, what we call OAPs,
Mm.
on air personality. I've worked as a radio guy before. Actually, that
Yes,
was
I
one
do
of my
know that.
first jobs.
I'll remind you often.
Yeah, I've worked in radio before. I've been a newscaster, but that was in my home country, Nigeria. So, after I studied, I had to go back there, travel back there, and really get to, connect with my home front.
Mm.
So I worked as a radio guy there. I also worked as a banker. I was also a banker too. So, yeah, I worked as a banker too, and
We all know
and
Rams
now
as a
I'm a
banker.
teacher. So it just happens in those ways. So of course that's where my passion for talking about issues, not just football, at the time, because I was talking about general stuff when I was on radio, and I was always playing music also. So music is also a big, big, big part, of me. I'm a big rocker. I like rock music. At the time, rock music. I think me and Yeti have had this kind of like discussions on private streams, and uh, Yeti on private streams is something else, because it just brings out that it just brings out that just the same feeling I'm having with you right now. Talking with you is the same thing I had with Yeti when I was doing that with him. So I was telling you about how I like music, and how I used to like rock music. My dad he loved rock music at the time. He was that kind of guy that would just bring in the Jimi Hendrix.
Oh,
Although I
come on.
think Jimi Hendrix is overrated, actually, but
Oh,
that's just me. I'm sorry, man. That's just me. I'm sorry. That's just me. I know it's a wild
controversy on the
take.
den, man.
That's a wild
Controversy on
take.
the den.
That's a wild take. But that's my dad. He did like Jimi Hendrix, but I felt it was more of the media, the media prop up. There were other guys, out there that had a better sound, and I liked more adventurous sounds later on in the game.
Like who?
I did like Oasis, um,
Come
you
on.
know, new sound in rock music. U2. I did like Bono. I like Bono's range, Bono's sound, everything. And I also did like hip hop too. I love hip hop also. So I did lots of hip hop shows, did lots of rock shows on radio.
Any hip hop
Um,
heroes?
yeah. I love hip hop. I love the Snoop Dogs. I love the Ice Cube, because you could actually learn, from the realities they actually faced, at the
Yeah, of
time.
course.
I'm not saying it's the perfect life, but I'm only saying that, they passed through lots of stuff, at the time. So you just
Big
have
up
to
Danny.
learn from things like that. You actually could learn from music. You could learn from rock music. You could learn from hip hop. And again, I always did like dub music, dub sound, reggae, and
Come on.
I did like the Don Carlos's, uh, uh, um, Bob Marley and the Wailers. I did like a good tune of UB40. I don't know. Did you know UB40?
The
I got
night
you big
dream. Yeah, it goes to
red,
sleep.
red wine.
Straight
Ah.
to my head. Of course I know about UB40. What are you talking
Exactly,
about? Kings,
exactly,
Kingston Town was
exactly.
always my
And you
favorite
hit
tune.
that note. You hit that note. You
No,
hit that
no.
note.
Kingston Town, that's the tune. The night seems to fade, but the moonlight lingers
Fingers
on.
on. I know
And
you heard
there'll
it.
be
Dum, 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 dum.
in Kingston
Yeah.
Town. Whoa. All right, cool. Everyone's mics and
Guys,
stuff will shat and
see,
I'll stop.
so all these things, yeah. So it just
Big up,
formed
Steph.
up my idea about music, and also tapping from different genres at the time. So it did inform how I did live my life, and how I did operate as a human being. So I'm mostly this guy that can tap from different spaces. I lived with white people growing up. I lived with Latinas when I was growing up.
They got good
Caribbean.
sounds as well. The
Yeah,
Latino.
exactly. So,
I know, man,
it's
head,
kind of a
bro.
mix.
Nice, man. They
Exactly.
got
It's
good,
kind of a
good
mix.
sounds.
Yeah, it's kind of a mix. And when you've grown up with all this demographics, yeah, sometimes you know how to treat people. You know how to talk to people. I've seen some people wonder why I'm always this kind of guy that wants to call people brother, wants to connect with people on another level and make them feel like they're at home, because we're such in a very hateful world, yeah, that people
Mm.
don't care about humanism no more. People don't care about respecting other people. People don't care about connection no more. So when I see you, of course, you're not my brother from birth, not from the same mother, not from the same father. But again, there's camaraderie in brotherhood. There's
Mm-hmm.
togetherness in brotherhood. So when you've lived with all this kind of demographic, yeah, sometimes you just have to connect in a different level, say endearing words rather than tearing people down, and bring people together rather than there are people that enjoy seeing others jostle and fight and cause problems. I'm not that
Mm.
kind of guy. I'm this kind of guy that loves peace. I like peace. I like when I'm doing things with people, I want it to be a peaceful environment. So I'm all
Mm-hmm.
about peace. It's not like I can't get violent in my own way. I can. I was
Mm-hmm.
telling Yeti the other day on our private stream that I I actually learned how to fight jiu-jitsu. So Wolfie, in case one day when I see you and I choke you out,
That's all right. I know how to fight as
I'm
well.
what they
So,
call the baby face. I'm what they call the baby face assassin, man.
yeah.
I'm not as cool as you think I am.
No. I
I'm
know.
that
No.
kind
You
of
know the
guy
thing
that
is,
could just sneak up on you
I,
and give
I,
you a choke and
I
you're out. I was telling Yeti, I might just choke you out, man, in a one-on-one fight.
I tell you what makes me laugh. You can try me because I know a bit of I know a bit of kickboxing. I don't know any
Ah,
jujitsu, but I tell you what, I can. I'm not being okay. This is not something I talk about often, but my job, I have way too many fights that I care to count, and I'm
I
not being
know.
funny. I could,
I
I,
can imagine, man.
I can send you some highlight knockout reels if you like.
So not
So I'm not even joking, bro.
of
And the only
someone
reason,
getting debowed.
the only reason why I keep them because I have to keep them for police evidence because it's part of my job. Because if I'm
Mm,
involved in any incident, I've got to be
yeah.
able to go. This is what happened. Here you go. Here's the proof. It's on video. I'm not guilty. Blah blah blah. Oh mate, And there's nothing worse
Yeah.
sitting there than bloody sitting there in a night for a cell because you've done your bloody job. Trust me, that
Yeah.
sucks. That
Yeah.
sucks.
So
And in my job, it's one of those ones where it's because I work in retail, and anyone
mm,
who's worked in retail will tell you that every now and then you do get people that are acting very silly. They're drunk or they're whatever, or they're desperate, and sometimes they get a little bit stupid. So
stupid.
I'll
Yeah.
just leave it at that. So when did your love for YouTube begin?
Yeah, yeah, I'll get to that. Big ups to Danny. That's another great guy in the chart. Yeah, Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Big ups to you all the time, man. Danny, always
Danny
a
boy
Liverpool fan, but man, big ups to him, man.
and
Great guy.
Stephanie. Big
Stephanie
up
Griffith.
Stephanie.
Big ups to you, Stephanie. How are you doing, Stephanie? I have to go back a little bit.
Yeah, man. Go back. Talk with what you want to talk
I
about.
cannot talk about being an Arsenal fan without talking about the best memory I've ever had as an Arsenal fan. See, yeah, guys, it's just two times. Number one, the invincible season. Thierry Henry scoring about 39 goals that season, PFA Player of the Year. See, yeah, guys, winning the trophy. Wow,
Right, Lane.
guys, let that sink in. See, yeah, see, Wolfie, yeah, Wolfie, see, Arsenal's a great club.
Mm-hmm.
Like, tell me, tell me which football club can beat their chest, yeah, and said, "Hey, we actually won the title, and at the home of our fiercest rivals." Like, which other club can say that? I mean, Chelsea have won titles, I know, but come on, man, not in London,
Well,
at the red half of London.
we've won the
I'm
title
sorry,
at
man.
Manchester United. We've won the title at
See,
Manchester United.
he's flustered. He's
No, no, but
flustered.
no.
He's
Actually,
flustered.
I'm not flustered. Let me add to your point because actually, if you actually
Hmm.
analyze it, Arsenal have won leagues at Liverpool, Man United, and Spurs. 89, 2002, 2004, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you got
No, I
that's
get.
enviable. That's enviable, at least. I
Yeah,
will
that's
say.
enviable, man. Come on, bro. Name me how many teams have won in the, at the heart of the, behind enemy lines. Not many. Even City haven't won the title at Old Trafford. So, for Arsenal to just, I know it's not a big achievement, yeah, but
Oh,
there's
it's
just
chess,
something
isn't it? It's chess.
special.
If it's your chess, that's
Exactly,
it.
man.
It's chess.
There's just something special. There's just something special about winning the title, yeah, in the home of your fiercest rivals. And again, the second one that really got to me was in 1989 at Anfield, where we won that title, man. Oh my God. Let that sink in. Guys, let that sink in. Let that. Oh, Stephanie Griffith already said it down there. She said 1989 Anfield for me. I'm not Arsenal fan. Exactly. But that's a big one. That's a very, very big one. Winning at Anfield. Come on, man. Which other team can beat their chest and say, I won it at Liverpool. I won it at Anfield. I won it at White Hart Lane. Not many.
Mm-hmm. And that's when Liverpool were the biggest team in the country, by the way, by a mile,
Mm,
because Man United's resurgence hadn't happened yet. So they
yeah.
were the biggest. That was seen as mission impossible. Winning 2-0 at Anfield against the Kenny Dalglish Liverpool at that time was seen as mission impossible.
Mm.
And they done
And
it.
you know how intricate Kenny Dalglish was
Mm-hmm.
as a coach, as a manager.
Yeah, so
You know how intricate he was as a man before he
as a
became
player as well,
unstoppable.
for
Yeah,
Liverpool as
yeah,
well. He
yeah.
was that icon. He's like their Ferguson in a way, to be honest.
Exactly. In a way, yeah,
They
yeah.
got three. They got
I love how you
Paisley.
frame that. In a way,
Well, no, but they got three in it. They
yeah.
got
There's that
Shankly.
caveat down there. Is nothing like Ferguson, to be frank.
No. In terms of there's that title era. What I mean is
Mm,
because don't forget there's that because you could say between the 90s and maybe late or early noughties is that Man
yeah,
United dominance, but between the start of the 70s all the way up to the 90s is where that Liverpool dominance is. Because if you look at the amount of trophies they collect in those time periods, it's stupid. It's just dumb.
yeah.
The European trophy, the players, the Ian Rushes, the
Mm,
Dalglishes, the not was it Highway as well, the Larry Lloyds
mhm.
and all them just throughout that whole like 20-year period, they're just smoking people left, right, and center.
Yeah.
But yeah, but of course, yeah. So what if you said that it's got to be number 3 then? Because obviously, when the great rivalry with Man United, how did you feel when you secured the title at Old Trafford? That must have been pretty sweet compared to that as well.
Yeah, but again, it doesn't slap like winning at White Hart Lane. I know that Tottenham Hotspurs, yeah, is not. I know that Tottenham Hotspur team, yeah, I know they are not winners. I would like to say I feel Manchester United are more of a like for like rival than Tottenham Hotspurs. But come on, man, every Tottenham Hotspur fan I've seen, I don't like. The the only sports fan that I've ever liked in any way
Deji,
is just Deji Sports, and that's why I do shows with him. I, I
big up
don't
Deji,
like
by the way.
sports fans. To be very sincere with you, shout out to Deji Sports. I don't just I can't bring myself to just bro. I don't just like them. They're just something. There's just stench that comes with them. They have a particular peculiar smell with them. Yeah,
It's called
that stench
bullshit.
is so putrid. I don't like Tottenham Hotspur fans. There's just something about them that's so repulsive. Yeah, and they have this sense of
I said
entitlement.
repulsive.
Exactly, man. So repulsive, and there's this sense of entitlement. Yeah.
Oh,
I
dear.
don't know, man. Just because we share the same divide in North London, so therefore, there are rivals and all this and that, and the way they talk, they're so mouthy. I call the Sports the mouthy, yeah, a Tottenham Hotspurs fan, yeah, but they're so mouthy, and of course, Deji Sports,
Oh, yes.
he is mouthy.
Oh, yes.
That's how they are. That's how they are. Extremely mouthy, and it's painful. So that's why that
Painful.
win. It's painful. So that's why that win. We'll see.
Oh, no, I love the metaphor, man. Keep it coming. I'm having a class.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you,
Oh,
man.
dear.
See, man, that's why, man. That win at White Hart Lane, it slaps hard because it just catapulted Arsenal to a whole different level, winning the title, in your enemy's spot, in your enemy's ground. It says a lot about the team, says a lot about the character of the team. Even coming back in that game, also coming back in that game because it went back and forth. They scoring, we scoring back and stuff. They even thought they won the game at the end, So
Was that the 5-4?
No, it
What game
wasn't
was that?
5-4. I think it was 2-2, 2-2 draw.
Was it 2-2? Oh, was it 2-2? Oh, no, the 5-4 happened later, didn't it? That was when they had to phone them, like, didn't it? Sorry, yeah, my bad.
So, so all those things, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I'm not being funny. As someone who grew up watching Arsenal, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but the one thing, and I think you touched on it, was a little while ago. I do miss that.
Thanks, Danny, for confirming that 2-2. Yeah.
Big up, Danny boy. One thing I will say, I do miss that shit housery side that Arsenal had between, when you guys had the Vieiras and the Adams and all those sort of guys. Because the thing is,
did you miss it?
Why do I miss? Because I'm a defender, by trade myself,
okay.
and as a coach, these are the kind of guys that you love because in the long story short, they're do or die guys, if you like you were saying earlier. They've got that little touch of hardcore about them. You know what I mean? Like, if you go into and I'm not being funny, I think Vieira was the same. If you went into a locker room 2-0 down or something, or a dressing room 2-0 down, and both goals were your fault, and Tony Adams was the captain or Vieira was the captain, you're probably getting pinned. You're probably getting pinned against the locker when you go back in there. So
exactly, man. You're getting pinned, getting slapped up. I'm serious, man. Getting slapped up in the dressing room. And again, see, Wolfie, very big point you brought up here. Do you think there's any accountability from any of these newbies down there? There's no accountability. Just look at Martin Odegaard. It tells you everything. Look at his physique. It tells you everything. They're not captain materials. They don't look like captain. They don't act like captains. They don't talk like captains. there's nothing captain about these guys. The only close thing to captaincy, yeah, in recent times for Arsenal Football Club in the last 10 seasons is Granit Xhaka. And that's
Yeah,
because of the way he's built and his attributes. He's
yeah.
always his
He's got
vocal one.
fight
He's
in
always
him.
that
He's
one
got fight in
talk,
him. Yeah, he's got fight in
shout,
him.
fight. Yeah, he's the only one close to those monsters that we used to have in the locker room before. Vieira, right before any match with Manchester United, the fight is already kicking. It's already kicking out in the dugout with Keane and the rest of the, with the rest of the heathens from Manchester United. It's that bad. It's that bad. Instead of kicking it off at that time, it's that bad. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't see that grit, no more, and that's why when Mikel Arteta said yesterday, kind of like what Zichenko and Zichenko and Benjamin Watt were doing. I'm sorry, that's PR. That's
Mm-hmm.
PR. You want to see, if you want to see, that genuine passion. It's when the Vieiras were playing.
Mm-hmm. I will agree
They
on
did
that.
it right. They did it right there in the heat of the moment, where it was needed. It was more needed. Look at the when Van Nistelrooy missed a penalty.
Keown.
Yeah, yeah. You saw what he did, right? Exactly. You could see the passion, and it was there, right there on the field. Not after, not a tet for tat after the game, and then Zichenko just do his hands like this, and they push them up. Oh, come on, bro. Wolfie, man, what is this? What is this?
Real fights.
Wolfie,
Real
what
fights.
is this?
Yeah.
Come
I know
on,
what you,
man,
I know
preach
what
to
you
the
mean.
choir. And Arsenal, yeah, like it's laughable. It's laughable. Mikel Arteta, you have to be doing more. You have to be doing more. Tell your players to do more. That gimmick that happened yesterday, just throw it away. No one is being
Gimmick.
fooled by
Yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
We've seen bigger we've seen bigger things. Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
know.
trust me, this is not the Arsenal team to be talking about standards in defending, standards conceding goal. There's no standards down here. If you want to look at the standards, look at our captain Vieira, legendary captain Vieira, Alan Smith, all these guys, yeah, known, all these guys, they knew what they were doing.
And
Tony Adams, they knew what
but
they're doing. The passion was there. The love, the fight, the fire, the burning desire to win
and they could
was
be
always there.
nasty as
Ian,
well. They could be very nasty when they wanted to be. I mean, that's what I miss about Vieira and them lot. Because one thing about it is like if you started on Vieira on the pitch, you're gonna get a nasty challenge at some point.
of course. Oh, but again, you don't see these challenges no more. These challenges don't come up no more. We don't see this. Anyway, I know it's a different era. Yeah, I know people are not meant to be the same. You're meant to be, different in your own skin. But the difference is too much. It's too much.
It's not an
And
improvement.
again, you have to deal with. And again, Wolfie, you have to deal with deluded fans also. I'm sorry, man. In our space, there's a whole lot of deluded fans. We have people who don't think for themselves. That takes me to the next question that you brought up, that you gave to me about me coming into podcasting and the rest of them. See, yeah, when I came to YouTube, Arsenal was one of the most slagged off teams, but by rival fans and by our own fan base too. The slagging off was just too bad. Like without no constructive criticism. So that was actually what spurred me to get into it, because I wanted to create an avenue where people could have an opinion, but also criticize the club, but criticize the club constructively, not just tearing down. And that's why even me, when that's why I'm always very careful. Like me, when I'm doing my shows, yeah, I it's not like I'll look at a player and decide to tear him down. I talk about I talk about a player's
Stats.
upsides, advantages, his skill set, what he brings to the table. But again, when he doesn't perform to that, to that level that I expect him to perform, I, I double down on it. I criticize that player, but in a more constructive way. So that was the push for me to start my own channel. I did start with a guy called Ryan, but of course, Ryan doesn't come to the shows because he doesn't. I feel he doesn't really like the turn that I've taken the channel to. Because he's when we started the channel, we did say that we will tone it down a bit with the way we critique the football club.
Mm-hmm.
When me and him started, because he was the first podcaster I started with. I shouted him out on Twitter, and I was like, "Hey, Ryan, what's up, man?" And I used to know him, and he said, "Okay, good, but I'm not this kind of Arsenal fan, that would just want to tear down the football club and make a big mockery of Arsenal Football Club than like what AFTV was doing at the time too, because mind you, AFTV started very negative in some quarters, slagging off the players and then stuff like that
Yeah,
without no
DP Troopses and all those kind of guys.
constructive
Yeah.
criticism. Yeah, exactly. So he didn't like that. He didn't want me and him to do that actually. So, but again, we came into me and him got into a little bit of into a little bit of creative differences, because I at the time when I started my channel almost a year ago, a year and a half ago, I told him, see, man, there will be times that we'll have to double down and critique these players if they don't perform.
Mm-hmm.
He had we had differences on the limits of how we can critique this player. So Ryan, he hardly comes. I think you've done a show with him. I think a watch along with him once, Ryan Maguire.
Have I?
So yeah, me, you, and him on a watch along. He came in a Champions League game
Oh, is that one in your group? Couple of months ago. Okay,
a couple of months ago.
might have
And
been
I
the
think that was the
PSG
last
one. I
time he
think.
came to the channel. But anyway, I will invite him for one of our watch alongs on the Champions League when the Champions League is back, Wolfie. So I'll see if he will come around. But we did have creative differences. So he didn't like the turn I was taking because, and I told him, see, last season I said we're gonna win the trophy. I was the one that put my reputation just starting on the line. I was the one that said, hey, many Arsenal fans didn't give Arsenal the light of day last season to even win the title or to even get top four. But I came out, I said Arsenal was going to win the title. And that was just because I saw Gabriel Jesus, I saw Zinchenko, I knew they were winners. And at the time, I felt that. I just felt that we won that FA Cup. I saw something different in that team. That if we add one or two winners, we could actually win the league. But
Mm-hmm.
again, it wasn't really enough. The coach was a rookie coach, and these are the things I've come to really understand, and of which I'm Arteta out since the game against West Ham in the Carabao Cup, and that's because I've supported the manager time and time again. When every other person said that he was not going to amount to anything, I put myself on the line. I said, I believe in this manager. I hope he'll go all the way, because there were lots of, and of course, I've discussed these things with you too. Uh, there were a whole lot of things he had to come into the football club and meet. Demonic defenders, Wolfie. We've always talked about this all the time.
Yeah, Mustafi and all that.
Mustafi. No, think. Just imagine having Mustafi in your back four. Just imagine having Rob Oden, yeah, in your as your centre back.
No thanks.
These demonic defenders. So you know, we had to give this manager time, to clear the deadwood out. We had Mesut Ozil who never wanted to even play, but wanted to keep collecting wages from this football club, and he didn't want to play for the football. His body language said, "I want out," and we kept him there. So we had players that didn't want to play for the football club. We had them, clogging the the wage bill. We had players like Mustafi, Holding, all these guys, yeah. So that's why I threw in my support for him at the time. So right now he spent almost nearly up to 700 million pounds, $1 million, sorry, to be very precise, around 680, 700 million thereabout.
Mhm.
It should be accountable. It should be responsible. So that was the direction I took, because I saw it fit. Because see, man, we need to win a title. Arsenal is a big team, whether I like it or not, in England. We have to be, we just have to be in the shout for a title. 20 odd seasons and no Premiership title. It's not good enough. So, I just took that direction and said, hey, man, if these players don't fix up, they will get it. But it's coming from a fair position, because Wolfie, you know me, I'm a very fair person. People might not see me as fair, good and okay, but I'm a very fair person.
No, he is. He's
Rather
very
than
balanced.
just talk about the bad, and the ugly, sometimes you have to also talk about the good, because
Hmm.
the life we're living in is also about the good, the bad, the ugly. So sometimes you just have to merge everything together, because that's the similarity of life. So no matter how you talk down on someone, sometimes just look into the good sides at times, rather than just doubling down on the bad side. And there should be something good. If it's totally bad, then it's totally bad. People like Cedric the Entertainer, totally bad. So I support anyone, anyone talking about Cedric the Entertainer. I'm up for it. I'm okay with it, because there's no good about him. He prefers to stay in the football club, lich out of the football club, and no headway. He
Wins
doesn't want to.
trainer,
He
in it?
doesn't want to play football.
Isn't he Wins trainer? Apparently, Cedric the Entertainer. Isn't he
Operate.
the one?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And all jokes aside, apparently he is actually the guy that looks after Win a lot of the time. Apparently.
Oh,
Sheesh.
oh, Wolfie, man.
Big up AFC always in the chat, by the way. Big up AFC always.
Hey, AFC always, man. Big up to you, man.
But yeah, okay. So what? Okay, and I never really asked you this, but I'm gonna ask you this on camera. Maybe put you in a tight spot a little bit, but why not? But in terms of your YouTube channel itself, what are your aims for that? Because you got a reasonably big channel, Tony. You know what I mean? Like you're bigger than most. You know what I mean? Like in terms of
Mhm.
the smaller YouTube crowd, because obviously you got a decent sized fan base. You know what I mean? You and
Yeah.
Jono, by the way. Big up John Sinclair, Newcastle fan. Big him up every
Yeah,
day
John Sinclair, that's another
as
great
well.
guy. John
Another
Sinclair,
great
top
guy.
guy. Mm.
What's your aims for this YouTube thing in your YouTube utopia? What are you aiming for?
Man, when I started the channel, like I wasn't really aiming for any monetary gain. It was more about I wanted to just air my views.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it was more of that, because there was so much fuckery, yeah, in the fan base. To be very sincere, like everywhere we went to, yeah, these rival fans, they laughed at us. They scoffed at, like, no respect, no goddamn respect. The way they laughed at us, scoffed at us, yeah, threw us down. We were like the downtrodden, yeah, the crumbs of the society, yeah, people that they chewed up and spat out. That's what we were when we went to, this panels. No one respected us. No one wanted to talk to us. They only wanted to talk to Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans. And, you know, if you want to get banter, just go to AFTV, where they're bantering the football club, and without doing it constructively. Sometimes you just have to be constructive when doing this thing. So that was what I wanted to try to bring, into my channel. And I'm happy within 1 year I was able to do that. Um, but again, the space is a very, very hard space. I when I started, I told all my friends on Facebook. At the time when I was having my Facebook account, I had nearly up to 2,000 Facebook friends, and I said, "Hey, I'm starting my new channel and stuff like that." All of them subscribed to the channel. Almost all of them subscribed to the channel. That's why I had nearly up to 2,000 quite early. But the problem with telling your friends on Facebook to subscribe for you is that most of them might not be football lovers.
Yeah.
So it's very hard for you to post the show. Yeah, they might support you by going to subscribe to your channel, but you can't drag them to come watch football or to come do watch along with you or to come watch your channel. They just believe that they've given you a sub. So these are the things I never really investigated about YouTube. Instead, I would have just done it like um no need for me telling my friends on Facebook to come support me down there. Instead, I would just talk to people generally that love football and do campaigns. Go to other channels like you were doing when you started with the football thing. Really, 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 and
Big up Jez
grow
for
in
that.
such an organic way. Yeah, but mine, it was friends and people that went because of course I was just starting, and I never knew the politics going on in this YouTube thing. There's a whole lot of politics going on in this YouTube stuff, man. So that's why sometimes you just have to be calm. You have to be, sometimes just let go of things. You don't have to take things too serious at times. You just have to let go. It's not like you're a fool. It's not like you're an idiot, but sometimes just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how I would have a scuffle with you, and I'm gonna tell you something bad, and the next day, someone is out there shooting school kids, and it's because of Tony Cloud and the bad words he said to someone. So
Nah,
you don't
nah,
know
it
how
won't be
fucked
like
up
that.
someone they could be
Yeah, I
just
know what you
just for
mean. I know
saying
what you mean.
something nasty.
I know what
So
you mean.
sometimes you just let things go. Let it all go. Let it all
Because,
go.
and I think I speak for
Don't take any
myself.
of all these things seriously.
And I think I speak for myself and Tony when I say that on both of our channels, we always try and create an environment where you can have a laugh, you can have a joke, and no one's going
Yeah.
to be like, because I'm not being funny. As far as I know, I've never completely lost it on camera, and neither has Tony. So there's been things I've not
Yeah.
liked, but like we've not lost it. Like big up Jay, by
Yeah,
the
like
way.
totally lost it. Yeah, well, you have to say this YouTube thing. Yeah, and again, some people are just there waiting for you to fuck up. Waiting for your one fuck up, and when you fuck up, you're done. That kind of thing. The cancel culture is also so bad at. That's another thing. Human beings are not allowed to make mistakes again. So just imagine me making lots of mistakes, and no one is there to forgive me. No one is there to help me through it or whatever. What would become of me? So I'll be cancelled. So all these things. Sometimes you just have to be a fool at times, but sometimes you just have to look at the bigger picture and the greater picture around.
Mm-hmm.
Which is having a channel that's a mouthpiece, not just for you, but for people who come to spend their time to watch you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and
And
again, my job also it puts me on that pedestal where I have to take that slap on the right side, and could also take that slap also on the left hand side,
mm-hmm.
because I have to actually I wouldn't like my students, because some of my students are also subscribed to my channel. So I wouldn't like them seeing me, in a scuffle with Wolfie, telling him, oh you, I hate you," and all that stuff. And it won't be a good look, It won't be a good look.
well,
Hey,
you,
big ups to you, Jay. Big ups, man. How you
well,
doing?
you,
Respect to you too, man.
I
See
wouldn't argue with anyone like that. You know that.
Wagan, Mr. Wolf, Wagwan, Tony. Big up to you, man.
Yeah, big up Donna as well. Yeah, big up Donna. But
Big
yeah,
ups to the Ukraine also.
how did you get into teaching? May I ask?
Now I went to training school and
No,
I
no,
did it.
but what got you into trying to teach others? Like, where does that side of you come from?
Hmm.
Because that's about the only thing we haven't spoken about.
At the time in my life, I just really felt like, what should I do? There comes a time in your life you feel like, what should I do, man?
Ooh,
And then I just really felt like I'm I'm this kind of guy that I'm just easygoing. I don't want no trouble. I love peaceful environments. Um I love helping people personally. I
Yep,
love
you do.
helping people, and that's also a part of my strength. Also, I always want to bring new people into my channel, help people out. Because I feel like this thing should be easy. It should be easy. You should try and use your platform, to help other people. Uh, and I won't lie to you, uh, personally. Sometimes you don't have to blow your trumpet, but sometimes I, I would just put some of those things out there. Yeah, there's some people that I've brought into my channel, that have gone on to do bigger things on their own. I've worked with them. Wolfie, but give yourself the credit, man. You too, man. You're a tough guy, man. You're a tough guy. Give yourself the credit.
Not
You know,
about me today, mate. It's about you.
yeah,
That's what I'm gonna
exactly.
say.
I met football bands at the time. Football band came to
Big up Bants, man. That's my brother, man. Big up
pick up
Bants.
that's our brother. Yeah, football band was at One Touch TV. He did. He wasn't really putting uh, that much into his channel. He wasn't. He was just doing cuts once in a while. You know, I invited him into my channel, and he always wanted to post after that. He always wanted to post. He always wanted to do stuff. I didn't. It's not like I discovered him. He already, he was already in the game, but of course, maybe work, maybe other engagements and other things. He never really wanted to really do watch alongs or all those things. He just wanted to be that guy that he wanted to come and speak his piece and in a YouTube shot and just go away. So when he started, coming into spaces with me, he started doing lots of shows. There's a new guy also. You know the guy, Lion Tech TV.
Big up, like I love that guy, man. He's got my sort of
Richard,
energy, bro.
yeah. Richard was not in this community. You know, I invited him to my channel. I saw what he was doing, and he was always this kind of guy that's working alone. And I brought in into the community. Now he's interacting with you. Now he's interacting with a football band. This should be the way people should work together. Connect together, because that's the only way we can actually move forward and help each other. The big channels don't care about us. In fact, for what they care, we could just be there and eat and tear each other up. Those guys don't care. They will never help you. Yeah, they might invite you for their own self-aggrandizement, but it doesn't help you in their channel. They don't give you the necessary help you need. And in this space, you don't need one or two people that you could say, hey man, you're my brother, you're my real brother. Please come around, help me, let's do some shows together, let's do some stuff together. I called you in, I said, hey brother, let's do some Champions League content. And you didn't give me the cold shoulder, even if you could give the cold shoulder at the
Mm.
time. You didn't give me any cold shoulder. You were like, hey man, let's go for it. And the rest is history now. So even if there was also a downtime on your channel with something that happened, but again, we passed through that, and we're even more closer. I'm even more closer to you than many people don't know about that. I'm extremely close to you.
I mean,
So
I'm quite close to you as well. As I said, just
yeah,
me personally, I've always, when it comes to Tony himself, I've always had that respect for him because when he first started talking with me, he was always more interested in how I was as well as a person. Tony
yeah,
is the kind of
yeah,
guy, if you're not well, he'll be like, I hope you're feeling all right, brother. And for me,
yeah.
sometimes it's the little thought behind certain things, and I appreciate and respect that. And I'm not being funny. Tony is a nice guy. He's a very fun. I always call him a preacher man because he's got that kind of
Oh,
air.
shame.
You know what I mean? Because you've got. It's not that when it's a joke, but it's also slash a compliment because in the
Yeah,
same way,
yeah,
he
exactly.
does have that mentality where he wants everyone to get along, and it's helped me out as well with other
Mm,
people as well when there's been other issues. So you know what I mean, and it's helped keep the peace. You know what I mean,
exactly, man.
even with
Guys,
recent.
don't look at Wolfie as a person of, Wolfie can scrap, man. Wolfie, when Wolfie's mad, man. Oh my God.
No,
You don't want to be in that room. Oh my God,
no,
Wolfie, man. I've seen you. I've seen you crack at it, bro.
well,
You're a tough person, man.
I,
You're
I
tougher
can
than you
be.
think. But uh, you know, but again, it's also good to see the peace being kept. How about that?
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I'm on YouTube
because
for.
yeah. It's good to see
Yeah.
the peace being kept.
And
You
big
know,
up to keeping it real, Chelsea. JP as well, another like-minded person in
JPT
that
and
regard.
JPT, great
Big
guy.
him up as
JPT,
well.
great guy. Is one of those guys that he just wants to do his shows and go away. You don't understand, left for me, those kind of people. I just want to work with people like that. It's just that he doesn't really have much time. He's always working. Our time zones are quite different. If not, it is him, these are the kind of guys I just want to do streams with and just go away, sail into the sunset after creating and just relax and do your thing.
Big
You
up,
know,
Drew.
people like JPT, they just want to do their shows and go away. They don't
Hmm.
have time for that extra stuff. Of course, he likes the extra stuff anyway. You
Don't we all?
know,
Innit?
don't we all?
Don't we all?
Man, this has been interesting, man. 1 hour, 60 minutes just went past just like that.
Well, the main thing is that hopefully you've enjoyed it, and that's the thing. Like,
Mm,
when it comes to these sort of things, right? And this is, I'm not an interviewer per se, but one thing I like personally is the YouTube community that I've become a part of. With you, Naz, JP, Longhead Yeti, etc., etc.
yeah,
It's continuously expanding, and the thing is, I
yeah,
find that a lot of the characters that come into it, particularly with bands like Lions and stuff like that, is a lot of them have their own mindset and contribution, but some of them just make me laugh. Plain old
yeah,
simple. They just make me giggle. Like when like listening to that. I'm done with Arteta, man. That Pep clone wannabe. Like when I hear him going on for a rant, I'll laugh my backside off. When I hear long haired Yeti for example, I don't like him. He's just shit. You know what I mean? Like it's the way everyone's different. Like it's like the way everyone's
yeah,
right, but everyone has their own little flute like take on it, and that's
yeah.
why like you see the little moments, man, where people shine in their own little thing, and it's good, man.
It's
Different
good,
person.
but Wolfie, yeah. There's another thing, yeah. Uh, the community that we later got into, yeah, and that's growing quite rapidly. This community with DJ Crane, the community with Drew Gunner, the community with Jazz per se, the community with Longhead Yeti, the community with Mama Flossie. You know, these
Big
are
up the Queen.
genuine people. These are genuine people that, of course, they've helped both of us along the way. I knew that Jazz invited you to his channel. I think he's come to your channel once or so.
Jez
You know,
coming back in about 4 or 5 times now.
yeah, 4 or 5 times. Yeah, he's come around. He's come to show love.
Thank you, Jez.
Yeti too. All these guys. Yeah, uh, you know, these are the guys that actually we do streams with. We
Mm-hmm.
work with these guys. Yeah, with keeping it real Chelsea. Same thing.
Big
These
up
are the
Kenny
guys we
King.
work with. These are
Big
the
up.
guys that come to our channel. These are the
Mm-hmm.
guys that keep the peace. These are the guys that want to come and show love to us. They can afford to go to other big channels. DJ Crane can afford to say, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm tired of this shit. Yeah, let me just go and watch The Terrace." He could do that. He could say, "Okay, I'm done with all this shit. I just want to go watch The Terrace." He could do it, But instead, he sees us as genuine people. He could come
Mm-hmm.
to show love. I don't look at it like they're fans. People like Daniel. They're not fans. They're just like
The
they're
contributors.
just,
It's the
yeah, yeah,
contributors.
yeah, they're contributors. For me, that's how I look at them. They come to not for your own self-aggrandizement, but they come to just to help you out, to support you.
Mm-hmm.
And in this space, you do need that support. You need that tightly, woven a core, a cult or brotherhood in some cases,
Mm-hmm.
that can just hold you down and help you out. So I'm very, very grateful to the community I find myself in right now. The one with DJ Crane, Drew Gunner, Jazz,
Ken,
Yeti,
big up Kenny
all these
Ken, by the
guys.
way. Big
Mama
up Ken.
Flossy too.
And but yeah, I'll big up Mama Flock, but I have to big up Kenny Ken as well, because I'm not gonna lie. One thing I will say is,
Hey,
everyone
shout
who
out to Kenny Ken.
at the very first football stream I did, I was on with him and Ola as well. Big up Ola, the Fight Week show. I'll put his link in the channel in there in a
Big up
sec.
to Jay in the chat, yeah. Big up Jay. Big up Jay. Big up to you.
Big up Jay. And but the one thing I will say, Ola and like Kenny Ken and Jez, when I very first, they are the ones that really got me to enjoy it, because one thing about it is
Yeah.
they understood the same level of football that I've watched back in the day as well, and they know what it's like, just like Tony does, with about proper footballers. You know what I mean? Not this the age of like, well, I remember people used to tackle you bad. The first thing you got up was got up and got into their face and tried to kill them. Like literally, none of this. Roll around an extra 5 or 6 times and hope you get the player sent off. None of that, love. No. It was literally about they were men. They were
Yeah.
warriors. You know what I mean? Like it was
Yeah. Zulu Warriors. That's what our friend the Southern Gunner would say.
Big up Matty as
Man,
well.
by the way, you have to join us on the show, man. You have to join us on the transfer window if you have time. I think that show should be coming up actually tomorrow. We should be doing that tomorrow.
What time?
So, um, before midnight.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be after 9:30. I'm free. I'll be back.
Yeah. We'll just round up, on what has happened. So that'll be a big, big chance for you to come around and because I've always told Matty to come on, man, let's do a show with Wolfie. He keeps you in mind and he's like, yeah, we have to do a show with him. But at the end of the day, Arsenal problems just take over and there's no space for the Chelsea guy at the end of the day. So.
Well, no, I would think one thing about it is Matty's always, because he made me a moderator of his channel, believe it or not.
Yeah.
He's always been very kind to me. Like, I was on a show with him a couple of weeks ago when he did his was his midnight campfire show. I believe it was, and I had a good word with it. I would like to do more stuff with Matty, because obviously, Matty's a guy I respect. I bounce ideas off of him as well, because obviously he's got a proper coaching badge where I haven't. So, but it is what it is. If I get a chance to speak with him, every now and then, I'm grateful. And obviously, he's got his own thing as well. He's a very busy man. He's always up and down himself. So hopefully at some point I will get a chance to have a more of a fixed thing with him. But at the same time, I mean, I'm not ungrateful. Big up there's Matty's channel, by the way. Big up the Southern Gooner. But at the
Southern Gooner.
But at the same time, I'm happy with what I've got. I'm not pining for anything. So and I have spoken with Matty now and then. So, and he's made me a moderator of his channel. So obviously he has some sort of time for me. So who knows in the future? Maybe like you said on the transfer show, you never know. Who knows? Never say never.
Exactly.
Can we hang on? Tony, he says if Wolfie can sort it out, can we do a private stream, Tony? Me, you, and him.
One of these days we could set it up. You're in our Instagram contact. We can also do that. Weekends are a good time to actually chime in on private chats and on private streams and talk. Talk football, talk different things.
Well, I'll chuck it out to both of you right now. If you both have like half an hour, 45 minutes, 3 on a Sunday. It's Sunday coming up, maybe during the afternoon.
One of these days. Yeah, exactly.
We'll see if we can arrange something then.
Yeah. We can arrange private stuff and.
But Tony, this has been
informed talk.
Yeah. Well, as I said, I'll closer to the day. If Tony or DJ Crane or Tony Ibarra wants to do a private stream, we'll arrange it. We'll arrange it. But Tony, tell me what you got coming up, bro, because it's been nearly an hour and a half. This is flown past. It really
it's flown past, man. Even me too, man. I can't believe it, man. Whenever, and this is what I was telling some other people, man. Whenever I do shows with Wolfie, time just passes. Like it just goes. I remembered when we started our Champions League watch alongs. I was like, oh my god, what is it like doing a watch along with a Chelsea guy? will, will he criticize my team? Will he totally just knock me off the park because he's not in the Champions League? Something like that. But man, the chemistry just came. It was just seamless, and I was happy, with the first show, and then I wanted to do the second one with you. I wanted to do the third one with you. From there, was there doing it regularly. I started coming to your channel, started coming to my, I did on yours, you did on mine, and from there it just went, it just went uphill, from there, and I'm very happy, man. Wolfie, thanks, man, and there's also been some case, all these things here. You also have to appreciate people. You have to tell them to their faces, when they have your back. Wolfie, you one person that have always had my back, man. Big ups to you. It's not like I don't see it. I see it, man. Big ups to you, man. You've always had my back, and it's the same thing I do for you too, man. I hold the fort for you too, my brother. So it's vice versa, man. So no one would speak ill of you, in my face, that I would see. I check the person real quick, real quick.
We were talking about that last night. Let's not go into
Real
anything
quick.
negative. Like,
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
Anyone
Positive.
who says anything nasty about Wolfie, the person gets it hot from me.
Thank you.
So I'm not. See, man, I'm a direct person, man. I don't. I don't do like I don't show a certain color and then change. No, I'm a straight talker, bro. Straight talker, man. So I'm a direct kind of guy. So anyone who's coming with that kind of energy about this guy with me, I'm sorry, man. Tell another person, man. Talk to the hand. Talk to the hand.
Yeah, yeah. I got yeah. Just put it this way. Yeah.
The only thing I'm not gonna do for you, Wolfie, is that I'm not gonna be Salt Bay and feed you meat in the mouth. That's just the only thing I wouldn't do.
No. Even I would look at you a bit funny. Even that beef's a little bit.
That's the only thing I can do for you. Every other thing I can take the risk. But bro, you see that? I'm sorry, man. I can't do that for you.
Here you go. Jay, as a Chelsea fan, says, "Big up, Tony. Few of the real Arsenal men. Big up. Big up to you, Tony.
Big up to you, Jay. Big up to you, man.
Big up for that.
Big up to you.
But yeah. I think Tony can safely say if anyone tried to come through in front of me, I wouldn't have that shit. Yeah, and he's seen it, so like that's it. That's all I need to say. But yeah, Tony, because obviously I want second thought about for a second. What do you mean, Wolfie thought about what? Okay, DJ, you can tell me about that later. I have no idea what you're talking about. Watch along for the Chelsea-Liverpool game. Yes, there is one later on this evening, and Tony will be a part of it.
I'll be here. See, guys, I'm doing double shift. Double shift for our brother. Double shift. But you see here, guys, this matchup, very, very important matchup, man. Chelsea-Liverpool.
It is.
I am a Chelsea fan today. Clip me. DJ Crane, you like clipping me up, yeah? Clip this. I am a Chelsea fan today. DJ Crane says Sunday. Yeah, guys, yeah. Today, very important. Guys in the charts, please endeavor to come show some love today. It's a big one, yeah? Is it at Stamford Bridge? Is that Stamford Bridge?
No, it's at Anfield. It's at Anfield. Tonight's going to be a long night.
Manila. It's the Thriller in Manila. See ya, guys.
It's going to be a long night.
But you know what? Yeah, there's just this thing about Chelsea and Liverpool game. Yeah, Liverpool never ever get to rhythm when they play Chelsea. It's always something. I don't know. It's always something drab. It's always something more of a struggle. I've seen Liverpool Chelsea play. Lots of times and nothing comes out from it. It's usually a draw or something. Something crazy happens and someone scores and then. Hopefully. I don't know, man. Shout out to DJ Crane, man. We're almost finishing too. So, but again, I want to see something like that, man. I just want to see Chelsea come out and do something, man.
Well,
I want to see Chelsea come out
no,
and do something.
on this,
And Wolfie, I'm sorry, guys in the chat. If you're an Arsenal fan, yeah, and you're laughing at Chelsea, see, you know what? I was in a stream, yeah, with Arsenal and Chelsea fans and Man United fans and Liverpool fans, and the arrogance with which this Man United fans and some Arsenal fans were talking down on Chelsea. I was like, hey guys, do you guys think at all Chelsea is in a cup final? We're out of those domestic. Like you putting dust on Chelsea's name, but yeah, they are in a cup final. If they win that cup final against Liverpool, automatically they've had a good season than Arsenal. We're winning fuck all. We're not winning anything this season. So if Chelsea go ahead and beat Liverpool in that final, in which I think they might actually, you guys are good in scrapping this wins, when it comes to cup titles, domestic titles and stuff like that. If you guys go ahead and win that, automatically a better season than Manchester United, automatically a better season than Newcastle United, automatically a better season than Arsenal, maybe better.
trophies, trophies. But yeah,
So let's see, man. Chelsea, please help Arsenal go to Anfield and do the waffle duffle and do whatever you have to do there, man.
well,
We're all party people at Anfield, exactly.
well, I ask you a question, Tony, because I'm not being funny. Do you think the Klopp announcement will have any effect?
Definitely, man. Definitely. 9 years in a football club. See, it takes its toll, man. Mentally, those players will want to gift that guy something. They want it to be something special. And again, Wolfie, yeah, I've also said in some certain streams, yeah, the stars are aligning. The stars are aligning for Liverpool this season. Just look at the way they blitz
Yeah.
out. They just tossed Arsenal aside with Kit, Bradley, Clerk, Curtis Jones. Yeah, brushed us aside in a competition that Arsenal have won 14 times. It's not good enough. Yeah, but again, that's a bigger indictment or a bigger showing for Liverpool that the stars are aligning for them this season. In the Carabao Cup, they're already in the final. That's one trophy, almost in the bag. The FA Cup, who is there to actually punish them? No one. Liverpool can actually beat anyone in that FA Cup. Even Man City is not really looking that good. They're shipping in goals this season. Yeah, they might have KDB back. Yeah, they might have Haaland who's scoring goals. Yeah, they might have Alvarez is looking good and Foden who is also complementing whatever they're getting in the attack. But
Mm.
again, they're also shipping in goals. Liverpool ain't leaking goals. Liverpool don't even have their maestro down there with them. I'm talking of Salah, and they're still blitzing these teams. They're beating them for fun. Look at what
Mm.
they did to Norwich. Just
Mm.
look at what they did to Norwich. Completely destroyed that team. And they're doing this without Salah. I'm sorry, man. They're doing this without Robo. They're doing this without Arnold. They're doing all these incredible things. The stars are aligning. And despite the stars are aligning, Klopp also aligned with those stars again and saying it's going at the end of the season. They're going to be doing this for him, man. You can't doubt it at this point, man. It's gonna be a big one. But again, there comes the calm after the storm. After he leaves the football club, I think that will be the fight for the heart of Liverpool FC. That's where the bigger fight comes. Who replaces him? Who would come in and pick up the tab and do what and replicate? Actually, let's put it replicate what Jurgen Klopp has done in that football club. I don't think there's anybody like Jurgen Klopp right now out there, man. There might be similarities, but there's no one that can do it like him. There's no one that can, there's that punch. There's that punch it comes with. You don't find that in managers of these days. You just see these managers with twisted, skinny jeans and, this hipster coaches. This guy's not a hipster. He's a legit coach. He's a manager. You know,
Mm.
he wants to win. So you hardly find him in all these new managers, Mikel Arteta and the lots of them. So, but again, I think that would be their biggest problem, replacing it. But for winning the titles this season, Liverpool, they are in the shout. They are in the shout. And I'm talking of domestic treble, domestic double. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it with them. It's possible.
Potentially.
Yeah.
And they could win the Europa League as well, which it wouldn't be like Man City's treble, but it'd be
It's
pretty.
a quadruple, definitely.
But
Definitely.
it's a quad.
Which
It
other
is a
team would
quad.
beat them?
It is a quad. We got to call a spade a spade. You know what I mean? If they
Gotta
do
call a
manage to,
spade a spade.
if they do manage to,
They're
like,
looking at the treble. Sincerely, they're looking at the treble this season.
well, hang on. I gotta ask you this because you have seen a lot of managers in the Premier League as well. I gotta ask you, where do you think he ranks? Premier League manager, is he top 5, top 10 for you? For me, he don't make top 5. He might fit top 10, but it's. I know.
Are you looking at? Are you looking at the Premiership era, or are you looking at
generally
outside the Premiership era?
Outside as well, outside of the Premier League as well. I'm talking about
No. He doesn't. I'll just put him top 7.
Top 7. Right, okay.
I'll put him top 7
because it's not.
And that's because how many times have they won the Champions League now? I think twice, right? Is it once?
Mm-hmm. Klopp's been to 5 finals and won 1.
Yeah, and won 1.
That's quite a bad record, actually.
Has he won the FA Cup? Yeah, he's won
the
FA Cup.
No, he's won a complete medal. So he's got every single trophy won.
He's got everything. Yeah, exactly. So
I think the only trophy he might have won twice was the Carling Cup, or the Carabao Cup. I think
it's just he's already a legend in this. In that football club, it's hard to actually extricate what he's done to that football club. And managing a team isn't just really these days about just coaching the team and leading them to wins. It's also managing the hot heads in that team too. These players are not such easy players to actually talk to actually tame, to actually work with. He has really, really done a lot for that team, man. He has helped that team.
I'll miss him.
I'll rank him top 7
because one thing I like about Klopp is his energy. And I'm not being funny. He's one of those ones that when he speaks, he always talks sense, or at least you understand what he's saying.
Exactly. And he's a rock star manager. He's a rock star manager.
For sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
First half, he played well. For sure.
Like he's a no-nonsense person. Like you could see in his eyes. It's there. He's a killer in the eyes. But again, when you have all these hipster managers, like someone was telling me they could get De Zerbi. Like, stop throwing that name about.
No, man.
Stop throwing that name about. De Zerbi would do nothing. He can't. Are you seeing the way they're beating Brighton left, right, and centre?
Bruv, Luton smashed Brighton last night 4-0. I couldn't believe it. They just shred them.
It's hard, and you know what? Yeah, see, Wolfie,
I'm
sorry for dragging the show this long, but the way this current crop of this current generation see football, it amazes me. The other day, I went to Twitter and then I saw one guy just put a poll and said, Odegaard in its prime and prime Zizou, sacrilege.
What?
Yeah, man, this is bro. You see, this generation of football watchers, yeah, these are horrible, horrible people.
Odegaard compared to Zizou, yeah.
Imagine that comparison. Just imagine.
God.
Prime Odegaard and prime Zizou. Are you serious?
That's the funniest thing. Bro, that's the funniest thing I've heard since Johnny Mineral said Kai Havertz was a Dennis Bergkamp replacement. I was just like, what? What?
Jesus. Oh no.
Where did that even come from? Kai Havertz, a Bergkamp replacement. Where did that even come from?
It's like the midget. You want to pull your hair off. You want to tear the hair away. It hurts when you see this kind of thing. It's just like someone that took a drug called crocodile. Like it bites your body. You start doing this skank dance, yeah. It's just like you start pulling your face away and start shedding your skin. It's hurtful when you hear this kind of comparisons, man. Just the other day again, I went to Twitter And I just saw one Arsenal fan. He just said, "Yeah, Klopp is going out. If Pep decides to go out, Mikel Arteta is the only world-class manager that will be left at the."
What? Wait, hang on, what trophies has he got to be world class?
Brother, make this make sense. I mean, this guy hasn't won the Champions League. He hasn't won the league. He actually bottled the league.
Wait. Di
So
Matteo has more trophies than Mikel Arteta. Let me just sum that up for you.
exactly
And
what
Di
makes him
Matteo was a
world-class.
no-one Chelsea manager, yeah? And like, I love him as a person, but yeah, man. An FA Cup, is that
The
it? And you're world class.
delusion, bro. The delusion in some certain fan bases, yeah. Mostly our Arsenal fan base, man. It's horrible, man.
No, it's in every fan
Chelsea,
base.
you can still see a little bit of some, but again, there could be some with wild takes. I know you've done shows with Chelsea Dan. Chelsea Dan, that's my guy. Chelsea Dan. Oh God. Now that's tribal. I know you're a tribal Chelsea fan, man, but that guy goes way tribal, man. You can never have a decent argument with Chelsea Dan and win.
No, I remember he tried to call you in the middle of my stream. That impressed me a lot. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Roberto Martinez has an FA Cup. Bro, Roberto Di Matteo, right? A lot of people compare Arteta to being world class or whatever. And let me just say this. In 5 months, Di Matteo won more than what's his name? Arteta has in 4 years. That's a fact. Because he's won a Champions League and an FA Cup.
It's
so
shocking.
and Di Matteo's not world class. So how Arteta got that world class?
Like, bro, the delusions, and that's why I said, I'm breaking away from this delusions, because I see, personally, I think I personally also caused some problems too when I wanted Arsenal. Not that, see, you always want your team to win the title. Last season, I said Arsenal was going to win the title, but I think there was a little bit of delusions there. I wasn't really kind of
no, I disagree.
looking at it holistically.
Nah, I don't. No.
The manager is a rookie. I forgot that fact that he's a rookie.
No, but
he's a rookie manager.
That's true, but the one thing about it is, even as a rookie, he got a lot of things early last season correct. And that's why it's so painful this year, because at the end of the day, long story short, he put a structure into place that worked, and he put a system there that doesn't have the same balance now that it did then. And the thing is, I don't think, in terms even of a rookie manager, right? I think what hurt you guys' title challenge last year was the home form against the lesser teams. Because one thing about it, even if you lose to City, if you beat Brighton at home, if you beat Southampton, who were 20th in the Premier League at the time at home, right? That's not.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's not just bad, man. That's on the players as well. Because I'm not being funny. Like, how are you on a title shot? Because that's the one thing that really shocked me about that team last year. And I've never said this, and I'll say this out loud now. Do you know that's the only team I've ever seen in Premier League history that have been leading the league by about 5 points going into April/May, and they're the only one that haven't finished off the job?
It's awesome.
And that's even Leicester did that. Even Leicester did that, bro. When it got into April, May, they finished the job, bro. Even Leicester done that, and I just couldn't believe it. The home results.
It hurts me, man. And people like Anfield Rod and Nick. Oh my God, he mocked me. Oh my God, Anfield Rod mocked me when we lost that title. He laughed, and you know how our brother Anfield laughs. He would just, oh my God, it just takes over the place, man.
Don't get personal. Don't get personal. Right.
Big up to you, Anfield Rods. No, that's not personal. It's what I do with him. He's my brother. Anfield Rods, how you doing, man? He says, "What you man saying? How you doing, man?" But seriously, Anfield Rods laughed me off the park. Yeah, I came to his show and he mocked us. He mocked Arsenal. He said lots of things, man. But I would like to get one over him, this season. Let's see if Arsenal can do it.
You never know. You never know.
If Chelsea go ahead and give us a win, oh my God, today. Oh my God.
No, don't put pressure on us now, man. It's enough as it is. We've got a lot of pressure.
You're checking him out. Oh my God.
We're playing them.
I thought you had chest.
I thought you had chest, bro. Well, I got a cup for. If I'm gonna save any chest or luck or
Oh my
whatever
God.
else, forget the
Rod's
league.
been laughing where he is right
No,
now.
no. I want to
Rod's
save it
been
all for.
laughing.
No, but
Rod will
Tony, come
say,
on.
"Oh my God,
We're in a cup
we're
final
gonna
with these
beat these
guys.
guys today."
Oh, yeah,
No
maybe
chest,
they might.
no confidence, nothing.
No. It's not even
Oh
that because
no, man.
Chelsea
Wolfie,
a bit.
you
No,
can
but
do
because
better than this, man.
but because Chelsea are inconsistent, if I want to save any luck or form against Liverpool, I want it in the cup final. If we lose tonight and beat them in the cup final, I'll take that.
Oh no,
It's
you
a
should be
trophy,
thinking of
Tony.
beating them
It's a
right now.
trophy. It's a trophy, and I've still got a younger team. CFC is motivation at Liverpool. Oh yes, and vice versa. The ghost goal at Anfield, the infamous ghost goal from Luis Garcia. I don't think Chelsea fans. No, I haven't. I'll never forget that. I'll never ever forget. But the thing is, the Chelsea and Liverpool beef have calmed down since Mourinho and Benitez left.
Yeah, it's calmed down. Yeah,
It's
it's
not.
calmed down.
It's not instilled because one thing about it is with the beef because Liverpool fans kind of respect Jose, so that kind of all went down a bit after Benitez left. But with the Wenger thing and the Jose
Oh,
thing, because it got so personal at points, that's
got
why a lot of
personal, man.
Arsenal fans hate Chelsea and they hate the name Jose
It
Mourinho.
got personal, man.
It got very
It was
personal.
personal. It was personal.
But yeah,
It was personal.
but as I said, if I had to choose between the two games to win, it would be in the cup final. But I'm not being
Yeah,
funny, just like we said about Klopp as well. They're going to be motivated tonight, obviously. So and Uncle Rod, we're doing a watch along for that. If you want to do a simul stream class between the two of us, bro, please let me know because that would be a blast. But yeah, Tony, what are you coming up for on the channel, bro? Because we're gonna wrap it up now. Nearly 2 hours. Nearly 2 hours.
Man, nearly 2 hours, man. I was thinking of doing 45 minutes and then 1 hour plus. Incredible. See ya, guys. See ya. I'll be with Wolfie. I'll be with my brother. Yeah, for the Chelsea Liverpool game. So come join me for that one. Yeah, big one. I think our brother Football Bands will be here with us too. If he can pop into, he should be down here with us. If Rods agrees, we could do something with him too. But I'll be here. Wolfie will be here. Bands will be here. Come join us today, guys. It's gonna be a big one. I'm gonna be a Chelsea fan today. Anfield Rods, hear me loud and clear. I am gonna be a Chelsea fan today. Clip that, guys.
He doesn't speak for us, okay? He doesn't speak for us. Just letting you know, all right?
Clip that. And I actually have chest. Yeah. I'm confident that Chelsea is gonna. Oh my God! Look. Oh my God! No confidence with Wolfie today.
You're picking up. No, but you're talking about my club. So later on, I've got to eat all this later.
And take a draw today.
No, that would do. A draw would do. A draw would do. A draw would do.
You should be winning your your Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah, we are.
See, yeah. Let me do it like Deji. You are Chelsea Football Club.
Oh, don't copy on my club. Respect my
Chelsea
club.
Football Club.
My
club.
Oh,
see ya, guys. Yeah, catch me today with Wolfie. It's gonna be a big one. Yeah, I'll be with the brothers down here. I should be having a show with Divius on Monday. Apart from that show with Divius on Monday, I should be having a watch along on Sunday for the Arsenal Liverpool matchup at the Emirates. Yeah, that'll pretty much be it. Then maybe I might have something on Saturday or some preview of some sort with Football Band, maybe on Saturday or so. So, guys, come join me. Saturday, Sunday, I'll be having shows also. Maybe on I'm thinking on Fridays when I'll have something with Band, kind of like a preview for the Arsenal Liverpool game. Can Arsenal beat Liverpool? Come and hear me and Football Band talk about it on Friday. And then I'll be doing a watch along. Wolfgang will definitely be there with me by the grace of God. If he's not work,
I'll be there.
Bant is also going to be there with me. There's no Lion Tech. I did a show with Lion Tech in the watch along, man. It was pure scenes, yeah. Yesterday doing that show with Lion Tech. So Lion Tech, you'll be seeing lots of Lion Tech and Wolfgang. It would be nice for you to please work with Lion Tech TV. To be nice for you to bring him to your channel.
I've already had him on my channel.
Okay, good.
He was on to last Saturday before last.
Oh, good. Oh, nice.
He was on with Jez. Didn't you see it?
Are you serious?
He was on my channel with Jez and Jez, I think was it him and Jez and I've got Bant. I think he was
He has
obviously.
always wanted to have a show with Jez. That's great. That's great.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
happy for him.
We make dreams a reality here.
Yeah, make dreams a reality. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
but
So shout out to everyone and see Wolfie, thanks for giving me the opportunity,
yeah, man,
to
enjoyed
come
it.
to your channel and talk about me loving Arsenal, talking about every other thing. It wasn't really only about football. We talked about other things, and that's why the Den is also a good place to come and hang out a bit. There's some other things outside the main course. That's just good to chew up down here, man. Big ups
Hmm.
to you, man.
Thank you,
Keep the
sir.
walk, keep the push.
I'm trying, but like you, I'll do things when I can, how I can, when I can get the right people there and all that. Sometimes it is
Yeah,
a little bit of luck, as you know. It is a little bit of luck
yeah,
sometimes.
just
But
a
yeah,
little bit of luck.
just a teeny one. But I will say I will definitely be there for your watch along Sunday. And I'm
Thanks,
not
man.
being funny. And if you're free Saturday evening, and obviously because we do the Bants and Wolfie show, you're always welcome there, bro.
Yeah,
Just say send me a link, or I'll just send you a link whether you accept it or
definitely.
take it. Not if you don't, I'll just say like, all right, no worries, he's busy. But as always, he's always welcome. Tony's always welcome. He knows that. But yeah,
Thanks, man.
yeah, of course. But yeah, just a big up. I did obviously my show couple of nights ago with Blues Brothers with JPT. If you want more of that Chelsea content, obviously we'll be doing a watch along for the Liverpool game later. Hopefully, we'll get a win or a draw. Either as long as we don't get pammed, I'll be happy. Because
That artwork for the Blue Brothers, man. Oh my god,
well,
very funny, man.
it was
Just
it
so
was.
Wolfie with the with the suit on, with the face, with the scruffy beards, and with the clean face.
Come on, man. Come on,
Oh my
you
god.
proper ragamuffin. You know what I mean?
Proper mafia.
But yeah, but everyone, thank you for your time. Anfield Rods, big up the chat. DJ Crane, Jay, obviously everyone with Drew, Gunnar, obviously big up to you guys. Steph, obviously my missus who was in the chat earlier on. Never forgetting my
Yeah,
lady.
shout out to Miss Wolfie.
Hey,
Big up to you,
Yahoo!
lady. God bless you.
Big up, obviously
Yahoo!
Young Eddie. Obviously,
Long
keeping it real
Eddie was here
Chelsea.
too.
Oh, everyone's channels are in the chat somewhere. So if you want to just pop them and give them a like and a sub, please do. Yeah, big up, Drew. You have a good evening,
Big
sir.
ups, Drew.
And we
Big
are out of
ups,
here, people.
Drew.
Stay safe, everyone, and we
Stay
are
safe.
out.